but I can't ever remember what
the new F1 movie apparently.
I can't ever remember what happens at the end.
I remember.
Let the party begin. All sorts of exciting party news tonight. The biggest party news of the day is today Blair and I went to Home Goods, and I always shop in the clearance section. And in the clearance section, I'm not even going to tell y'all.
When she says that, or is that just me? Pinocchio.
Did you just call me a liar? I do shop in the clearance section. I shop other places too, but I always look in clearance. It's not like... This is Kathy Ireland Gym Spa. This is the gym spa. So I've seen a lot of commercials about the gym spa, making no money from the gym spa, which is a shame. You take the gym spa and you squirt some stuff right here. Bzzz.
Sponsored, by the way.
And then you put this in the dishwasher. And then you look and see if your jewelry is clean. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this bracelet. Look how clean it is. I mean, it is hot off the darn presses. I'm just pleased as darn punch about this. And you put your rings on these little things right here. And then you put all your stuff. Some of my rings. I mean, this is great. So tickled with this.
Oh, that's good.
It's awesome.
Dude, this is sick.
Kathy Ireland Gym Spa. There's a few big news events that have happened. One very big one today, sorry, I'm in my bathing suit, is that Brian Koberger has taken a plea.
Who's that?
He's the one that stabbed to death the 4 students at the University of Idaho.
Really?
Yeah. He took a plea deal so that he doesn't get the death penalty, because in Idaho, right? Idaho, not Iowa, right? You can get death by firing squad came back.
Wow, that's cool. That's sick. Is he gonna
and
get that? I would rather just die than rot in prison my whole life.
I sort of agree with you, but people are scared. But the families of the 4 students that were killed are pissed. They think that he should have gotten the death penalty.
Ah!
What was that? Why'd you just scream?
I stepped over on her, not her just jump.
Oh my gosh. I just like it. Like sound like maybe.
No, it did not sound like Did it not sound like that?
Yeah, Idaho, the University of Idaho. So Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison, Xana Kernoodle, and Ethan Chapin. He'd get 4 consecutive life sentences.
Wait, let me see it. Let me see it. It says $0.
No appeals and no
$60.
no nothing.
Me too,
I'm going to show you a picture. Hold on.
Yes.
Let's see. God bless their families, right?
Now I can switch them.
So true. Hold on.
I can make a viral.
I mean, what lovely. Look, you want to see them, Thomas? The students. Look.
Oh, cool. I've seen them before. What is Social Security employee? Like, why do they take so much money? Because federal withholding, what is that? So when you're like 80, yeah, I know what Social Security
I mean,
is, dude, but why did they?
When there's blood dripping down the foundation of a house, you should get the death penalty. What did you say?
Federal withholding.
What is federal withholding?
They've taken $170 from me.
Thomas is experiencing getting a paycheck.
Well, I've had many paychecks.
Because someday when you're old, like Grandpa.
That's federal withholding? I thought that was Social Security.
Well, you're going to get Medicare too, which is your health insurance. So Grandpa would get a check every month for like, I can't remember, maybe a few $1,000s a month. The government gives you money back when you're old. Now the deal is you can start getting it at like 60, 65, or 70. So if you wait longer, you get more per month. But let's just say you get it at 65 and you die one day later. Then all that money you put in all those years, you get it. or if you might live to be 110. So then you might get more money than you ever put in.
I have a feeling that I don't want to be relying on Social Security when I.
Well, you're not relying on it. Come on. But you do get it.
And that Social Security check.
I mean, you could rely on it. People do. But you don't have to necessarily.
So Thomas, the method is that you have your kids act like you're still alive.
Professed his innocence the whole trial.
Keep taking that check.
I know. Yeah, he was like, oh, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. You know, blah, blah, blah. The defense attorney was like, oh, you know, he bought the knife sheath online. His DNA was on the knife sheath at the house. Of course he did it.
You sure?
Many do rely on it. Yes, they do. But I'm just saying, Taylor, not everyone relies on it, obviously. But the idea is that the Social Security is going to run out. So we don't know. So anyway, that's Brian Kohberger, which I had said to Thomas the other night. We were doing a video talking, and I was like, oh, we need to be...
Spoils dad got.
What? Talk about somebody that needs to be relying on Social Security. What does Daddy bought?
Oh, you already knew you bought it. Look at it.
No, I didn't know. How much
Yeah,
was
you
it?
did. Oh, $50.
Let me hold the phone.
Just look at it. Show them. This is the foil. We've gotten really into foiling recently. That's the one of them, and then that's the second one.
That's the same one, you turd.
No, it's not. Look
You
at
bought
that.
two foils?
Look at that. They're not the same.
Why do we own two?
We own 3 actually. If you count all dad's, we own 4.
Cap. Thank you, King Quinanez. Cap. I don't ever hear anybody say cap. Love that.
Cap.
Even though I'm gonna... Nope, not any of my people before.
Cap.
I hear y'all say cap all the time, but not people on my videos. Yeah, so Brian Kohberger is going to jail. Wonder what his family thinks. Are they like relieved? What?
Oh no, what would you think if I did that?
What would I think if you did that?
Yeah. Would y'all be on my side? Yeah.
On your side?
Would you be with me?
I mean, I would say, Russell, I loved you. And I love you.
I
But
loved you.
you are going to be in jail forever. And there's no reason to pay for an attorney for you. Get your...
Are y'all visiting or what?
Would I visit you in jail?
I don't think you would.
Yeah, I think I'd visit you.
Damn well Blair would.
You don't think Blair would visit you?
No.
So
Would
they...
Thomas visit? I don't know. I think it depends what you did. Like, if you did any sort of, like, stealing money, I'd visit you, like, all the time. But if you killed a little boy, I would not visit you. I'd probably try to kill you. Yeah, probably. No, maybe I wouldn't try to kill you, but...
It's very violent.
I would disown you as a brother.
You would disown him?
It's not disown, it's renounce.
Renounce. It's renounce. Sending hate from next door. Y'all turn the television down. So,
TV was on before the
Kaylee's family said, prosecutors said in the letter to families, the state was approached last week by Kohberger's defense team asking to be presented with an offer. Prosecutors said they then met with available family members, weighed the right path forward, and made a formal offer to Kohberger. And do not, I'm talking, turn that down.
It's not even loud.
I can't hear myself. He said, this resolution is our sincere attempt to seek justice for your family. Prosecutors wrote, this ensures the defendant will be convicted, spend the rest of his life in prison, and not be able to put you and the other families through the uncertainty of decades of post-conviction. But Kaylee's family was upset, and they said, Thomas, turn that mess off. I'm going to get a thing. I'll get in trouble.
I thought that couldn't happen.
It can. It's not a subscriber video. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hurt you.
Right.
I'm not gonna visit you in prison ever.
Yo, Mom,
I'm not going to prison. Unless it's... No, I'm not going to prison.
Unless it's what?
Unless it's what?
This boy going.
Like, I don't know, unless I get caught or accidentally... like launder money.
Accidentally launder money.
Oops, like I got drug dealing.
Nobody accidentally launders
Oops.
money, you nut.
Some people might.
Well, not me.
He might get falsely
Um,
convicted.
The family said four wonderful young people lost their lives, yet the victims' families were treated as opponents from the outset. We weren't even called about the plea. We received an email with a letter attached. That is how the prosecutor's office treats murder victims' family. Adding insult to injury, they're rushing the plea, giving families just one day to coordinate and appear at the courthouse for a plea on July 2nd. After more than 2 years, this is how it concludes, with a secretive deal in a hurried effort to close the case without any input from the victims' families on the plea's details. Our family is frustrated right now, and that will subside, and we will come together and deal with the reality that we face moving forward. There is a plea deal, really is. We were talking about this the other night with my husband Thomas, with Hanya Aguilar, the young girl that was killed in Lumberton. It was like all of a sudden there was a plea deal, and you're like thinking, if it was your child, would that feel? It just doesn't seem like it would be the closure to me that you would want.
Yeah, I know what I would do. You want to hear what I would do?
If what?
No.
No, we don't.
I don't think.
You know, of course the person's going to jail. Like that shouldn't make people feel better.
I think we're on the same
You know?
page with our reaction to that.
What?
Killing a person. The gun.
Stop.
Yep, that's exactly. I'm serious.
I'm telling you, stop talking. You all are inappropriate.
It's actually very appropriate.
Why don't you all go for a swim?
Well, if someone killed mom, she would just want us to like eat dinner with them and like
I'll dap
give
them
them a
up.
ton of gifts.
But they probably had a reason.
They had a hard life.
You sound like Daddy.
They didn't deserve that.
Yep.
Let them have their plea deal.
No, I just think life with no parole is worse, in your opinion. Yeah, but the fact that he wanted life with no parole annoys me. I don't want him to get something that he wanted. Now he lives on the taxpayer dime. Yes, and that seems too much. Like, why should we have to pay for him to sit in prison?
I'll pay for the bullets.
Hey, Russell, I've told you to stop talking.
You should have heard what the bills we passed.
I'm telling you, I'm about to start pulling money out of that account. How was Blair's appointment? It was very good. She had a great appointment. We will talk all about it tomorrow. Hey, Russell, there's $50 out of your account.
He's not. He's talking to me.
Yeah, but I can hear him.
They can't hear me though.
I was here first. Somebody just said, Thomas, shush.
Yeah, Thomas.
It's Russell talking. I'm not even talking that much.
In other news, the other big story of the day is the man whose child fell off a 4th floor balcony on the Disney cruise boat. Now, what is very interesting about the Disney Dream is that if you've been on a cruise boat, you don't just fall off. Like, the railings are very high. So if you were drunk, like usually when people fall, they, like the last time a guy fell off a cruise ship, he had stood up to TT off the deck and fell in, and they found him 24 hours later. My ex-husband is a criminal attorney. He says it's more expensive to file the appeals. Yeah, no, not even just more expensive, but it takes forever. It takes forever. You have so many appeals and blah, blah, blah. But I think it's still, there's probably something about feeling like you're in court that you just get your chance for people to listen. The father sat her on the railing. No, yes, Chris, that was my punchline. We were about to get there. The dad sits the 4-year-old on the railing to take a picture of her. She fall off the railing. He jumps in because you hope he would. And then they have to tread water, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, which is a long time to tread water in my mind. So this is...
Did they die?
No, they lived. This is them out in the water. There they are right there. See them?
What do you do after that?
I feel like that's not a long time to tread water. When your life is
Holding a 6-year-old?
I thought it was 4.
I think I could go like hours.
Yeah, I could.
You ought to get in the pool tomorrow and tread water holding Amos as he tries to stand on your head.
Well, Amos...
Well, that's what children do.
Amos is actively trying to kill you while you're treading water.
No, he's not.
Amos, no 4-year-old weighs 100 pounds. So.
This is what...
4-year-old is fighting.
This is what a 4th floor railing looks like. So you can't fall off of it because it's up to a mother's shoulders. That's not the child. That's just an example. Adults have lost critical thinking ability.
I agree.
That's true. That's very true. How far did they fall? A long way. A long way down. Yep. He should have had his handy dandy pineapple float. I never go anywhere without this thing, just in case something happens.
Your arm floats.
Thomas Barron said, "Are you coming over to see me at my house?" That would be a no way, Jose, nuh-uh, negative Ghost Rider.
What?
They're all these like basement dwellers that come on my YouTube videos. They're like college students that don't work in the summer, so they just come on and say things like, "Hey, say my name. My name. Can you give me a shout out?"
Really?
Yeah. And you know, can you give my sister a shout out? And do you know what the sister's name was?
Like, yeah, I do.
Guess. Just guess.
Like, Dixie Enormous?
No. Dixie is right. Dixie's last name was R-E-C-T.
Did you
Oh,
fall?
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hi, Dixie!"
And you fell for it?
Yeah, I fell for it. It was my very first YouTube video. It was
Yeah,
mortifying.
What a rookie.
Adults are losing common sense.
The dad should be charged. I don't think you can be charged with
That was Thomas on his alt account. by the
being a
way.
dum-dum. No, he's not going to be charged. Having to sit in there for 20 minutes was probably enough. Took a plea deal. I know, and we were just talking about it. Yeah, so that's a lot of news this week. The 4th of July is on Friday, which means this whole week is shot. It's done. I just was telling Russell that it's very important at all times to keep the kitchen clean, because if you do not clean the kitchen regularly, it will be a mess in here. It's a lot of people and a lot of stuff and a lot of laundry. Cute swim top. This is a bathing suit from my favorite place, the TJ Maxx, from last year. Blair complimented me on it, which always makes me suspicious of what she wants. Something. Got these today for my phone. These are phone holders like this. Hold on. So you can do the phone like this. Look at there. Sort of nice, huh? You bet the mother was furious. Yeah, but I mean, I guess all's well that ends well, for a good reason. What do you all want to do? Do you all have any big plans this week?
Yes, I would like to find 2 drugs. Yeah, we got tons of plans. I'm gonna use that foil. I'm gonna be surfing all day.
Russell, I heard, did you see a shark today?
Shark and dips.
How big was the shark?
You see one every time, you just have to stay away from it.
You serious? I've
You
never
see a
seen-
shark
I've never
every
seen
time?
A shark out there before in my life.
Really?
Yep.
I never have
First
either.
time, and I automatically knew it was a shark
How?
because of how big it was.
How big it was? How big was it?
Mhm.
How big was it?
It was massive.
Really?
Dude, it was the size of like me, but that's big enough.
How do the kids like working with each other? tonight was the first night the boys worked together. How was it?
Great.
Well, here, tell them.
It was wonderful. It was great working together, even though I sat in the back and folded napkins. In fact, I folded 500 today.
Thomas, did you enjoy having Russell there?
He enjoyed.
Yeah, everyone was like, "What's your little dorky brother doing here?" It's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Really?
he's
That's what they
dorky, but I
said?
love him. I love him.
They said that, yeah.
Yeah.
I asked them how good you were as a server.
They probably said I was mid, which is true
Mid?
at best.
Does that mean not good?
All those people have been there for years. Like, it's not fair.
Yeah, all the servers they really do know what they're doing. And then there's
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm
There's
doing
Thomas.
a lot, but they've been there 10 times as long as me. I don't really.
People are that much older than you, like in their 40s?
Yeah,
Really?
they're
half of them have kids.
I thought the servers,
dude.
I thought they were in college, like Clara.
Like 4 of them, 5 of them.
Oh.
Besides me.
And then there's some just with tattoos and stuff. And they're old.
People are allowed to have tattoos. I mean,
Have like an arm sleeve and they're like your age then.
no, they're not my age. No guy's my age who works there as a waiter.
I don't think
There's
any
not?
guys do work there. as
There's
waiters.
one other guy who's in college and he's like a rising junior at UNC.
I didn't even
He's
know
a
there
waiter?
were
But
other-
he's like over 21.
Is it good money to be a bartender?
Oh yeah.
Is that what you'd rather do?
make that.
No, I like waiting.
No, but I mean, is that like a goal for people?
Oh, no, not necessarily.
My cousin Megan was a bartender.
What was your original question? What we're gonna do this week?
Yeah, what's our plan this week?
I don't know. I'd like to go on the boat though.
Ooh, the boat. Do you want to? Sissy was thinking you could take her back to Edenton to get something or do
Yeah,
something.
I'm gonna have to go back, so I might go and take her, I guess.
Well, that'll use up your whole week if you do that.
No, I'd leave
Wednesday.
maybe even Tuesday if I don't get called in.
She has to work tomorrow.
Well, then she's not coming. I'll just grab it for her.
Well, why not go Wednesday?
Because I don't want to drive 5 hours in one day.
You have to work Wednesday night?
No, but I want to come back on Wednesday and have all of the 4th to.
Oh, well, if you went Wednesday,
I'm
you
not
could.
driving here on the 4th either. That would be terrible.
No, you could go Wednesday and spend the night and come back Thursday morning.
I'd rather just go Tuesday. It's not like I have anything to do.
Oh, all right.
Tuesday.
Yeah, you could find her stuff. I would like, Margaret said to check the oil.
You think so?
We had enough oil to go to Shackleford. We just did. I don't know why we have to go to Cape Lookout and then go to that one piece of the beach. When it's literally Shackleford over there. There's no difference.
I like it over there
Yeah, but why?
because I like to look for shells.
There's nothing to do.
What do you like to do?
I like to go to Cape Lookout and go somewhere where you can walk across to the side with waves. And I like to.
He right.
explore.
He's spitting. He right.
I didn't see you go walking across those dunes. You could have looked for horses.
I didn't want to. I didn't have any shoes. First off.
Oh.
The horses were mad.
Well, we used to go to Shackleford, and we would go at the very end, like near the inlet, and the whole time you were out there, you were just getting sucked out by riptide. We had no idea that you could go other places.
Why would you go? You get sucked out by riptide?
Well, the current was so strong.
When?
Like if you went through the inlet and you went on the other side of Shackleford, we would just anchor right there at the end.
Where's the end? Like how? Like past the houseboats?
No, the end, like closest to the inlet end.
Oh, you go there?
Well, yeah, kind of right in there.
The beginning of Shackleford.
Oh well, yeah,
Oh. Yeah, I've never been there.
it was bad. Not good.
No bueno.
Close the cupboard. We leave cupboards open around here. We don't worry about that. Yeah. So Daddy said he might try to come Wednesday night. We could go on the boat on Thursday.
Yeah, you should do that.
Who, what?
Said he should do that.
Because we don't want to go on the boat on 4th of July.
Oh, I work Thursday. No, let's go Friday.
Whoa, what? Wait.
You don't work 4th of July either, genius.
Blair works the 4th of July.
Oh no.
You work Thursday,
Yeah,
July 3rd?
yeah.
Ooh, we could go early.
No. It's too much stuff in one day. It's gonna be packed that night. I'm not doing a lot.
Well, there you have it. That's the news. Old Mom Monday night. Subscribers and YouTube members, see you in the morning for coffee chat. Will there be a lot of people on the water on the 4th? Yes, 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 yes. Carolyn, we will talk all about it tomorrow. Fireworks for Amos, our autistic person. Do fireworks bother him?
He kind of likes them.
He does not like loud noise. He likes watching the lights. So we go to the Coral Bay Club and we watch the fireworks. They set them off across the street. So you get to see them, but they're not terribly loud, if that makes sense. And it's like one at a time. So he likes them. Now, I don't think he would like, we had talked about going on the boat to watch the fireworks. I think that would be too loud because they're right over your head. But I was thinking y'all could do that on 4th of July night.
Nah, let me go.
Not our boat.
Maybe
No.
to the barge.
Early. At like 8.
Maybe.
Tomorrow is Canada Day. Oh, I didn't know about that. Anyway,
You've never seen these videos, Russell?
see y'all in the morning at about 8:30. Remember
Actually-
coffee chat.
Nah, I haven't.
Bye.